No, these are not nicknames I bestowed upon Aaron, but movies that we've had serious discussions about. Your recitation, I think that was one of our vocabulary words, your recitation of the John Steinbeck line, Pearl of the World, in the 2011 film Core, is truly one of my most treasured professional moments. And I cherish our conversations about zombies, whether they shamble, run, or live in Florida. You know, Aaron, success is so often poorly defined and misjudged in our society. It's assigned monetary value, and it's measured by statistics and figures sometimes. But success is all the things I mentioned you already were. Your motivation now should be to do those things even better. And the real incentive for me is finding more students and people like you. There's been a lot of tangible anxiety around here over the last few weeks, last couple of months, as we got closer to this end. But Aaron, I hope you realize now that not only is this not the end, but that you're heading into Act 2. And as any serious film goer knows, Act 2 is when the real film goes down. So next week, when we see Prometheus, it's not going to be the film so much that I'm looking forward to, but that talk that we're going to have afterwards. Congratulations, Aaron. I love you, man.
And now, Aaron D'Orazio.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Aaron West Perlman D'Orazio. Aaron for short. CEO Eric Pinicovi said, "Graduation is only a concept. In real life, every day you graduate." This quotation sure says it all for me, because as Jay recommends, I need to take things one day at a time. Otherwise, I will look at all the details and obsess on the task at hand for months to come. When I first came to Frostig, I was a skinny, short kid. Who worried about what his peers thought of him because public school hadn't been a picnic. The thought of having to be the way others wanted me to be buried itself in my mind. However, as my time at Frostig went on, I started to be the person I wanted to be. I definitely made myself at home here. I met my best friend, Matthew Kirschner, who's been through thick and thin with me. Heck, we even got suspended together. We both played on the Mace sports team, where we won the softball championship 2 years in a row. To the middle school teachers who put forth so much to help me get to where I am today. I am grateful for your fun teaching methods and your wisdom. To the high school teachers, thank you for your support, knowledge, and keeping my best interest at heart. When the high school exit exam came, I passed that son of a gun the first time in both sections. Rita and Dee, thank you both so much for helping me get ready for the transition I'm about to face. You've done a tremendous job. Monica and Melissa, thank you. Thanks for being very good supporters of Aaron. And I am grateful for both of you pushing me to be the person I know I'm capable of being. Matt Brown, thanks for helping me on and off the field. You are the best coach I've ever had. I miss our awesome talks in the hallway with me walking by hearing, "D'Orazio, or nice!" Now I'm about to give a teacher a piece of my mind. Listen here, Jason Carpenter. You broadened my horizons, showing me interest and giving me the necessary tools to strive toward goals. I will miss our awesome talks about film, media, and life. I know these talks won't end for me and you. You have had such an impact on my life and shown the utmost patience. You're one heck of a great guy. Thank you. Thank you to my whole family for everything. Thank you to Grandma, Grandpa. Thanks for all your words of wisdom and caring. To my siblings, you guys are great. Mom and Dad, you guys have had You guys have had such an impact on my life. You guys have been there for me forever. With your undivided support, you guys have made an incredible difference in my life. Thank you so much. I love you. And Rita, to answer the question you asked a couple weeks ago, where are my seniors at? We are here. We did the dang thing and we're all graduating. After Frostig, I will continue to work at Albertsons, where I've worked for 11 months. I will take classes at GCC, where I will develop my career interests. To all of Frostig, thank you and goodbye. It's my time to take the next step, and I'm ready. Good luck to the rest of my graduating class, and to the next senior class. Thank you.
David Seiler will speak on behalf of Paris Youngblood.
I've been given the honor of speaking about Paris today. I'm generally a pretty serious person, so at the beginning of each school year I like to introduce myself to the students, even if I've seen them the year before, and I shake their hand. My first interaction with Paris was actually quite overwhelming. Paris seemed eager to introduce himself and everything he knew. Actually, he wanted to tell me his entire life story right then and there. Fortunately, time was not of the essence that day. However, over the course of the past 2 years, the story has unfolded, and a new one written. I'd like to offer my brief biography of Paris here at Frostig in 3 bulleted shorts. Part 1 is Paris the athlete. Paris has developed into one of the star athletes here at Frostig. I remember the first and last time I played basketball against Paris. The improvement was drastic and great. Side note, I blame the end result of our last game on an injured ankle. In any case, his confidence grew and his improvement was tremendous. Part 2 describes Paris the enlightened thinker, or what I've come to refer as Paris mode. The root of these moments is unknown, but nonetheless the impact is great. Quick example. Class discussion revolves around the supply and demand for iPhones. Paris, without prompting, will interject. David, people just have way too much power. I entertain his comment with the retort, what do you mean, Paris? His reply, did you know that Jay-Z and Beyonce are part of the Illuminati? That was my best Paris voice, but it has taken me 2 years to dissect Paris's thought process. But through intensive research, I've concluded with validity that Paris is really just concerned about the world. Specifically, Paris is concerned about the treatment of people, and that happiness is not something reserved for a select few. Finally, Paris, the confident young adult sitting before you today. Confidence and self-belief were 2 areas initially devoid in Paris. However, the past 2 years he has exhibited growth athletically, academically, and socially. But more than proving to others he is capable, he has proven to himself that he can and is successful. To end, my message to you, Paris, is this. Understand that you are capable of accomplishing anything and everything that your heart desires. Most importantly, never forget that your genuine heart caring personality, and quiet determination are some of the outstanding qualities that define you. I have the utmost confidence that you will succeed in whatever you choose to do. It has been my pleasure to be your teacher and witness the success that you have had.
And now, Paris Youngblood.
Alright. Hello everyone. My name is Paris Joey Lajuan Youngblood. In elementary and in middle public school, although I had teachers who helped me, I would hear other teachers say I wouldn't make it. I would end up in jail. I never really understood teachers, what they were trying to teach, because I would have a difficult time, difficult time paying attention. I would walk out of class for 30 or more minutes. Oh, sorry, if you hear that, teachers. I hated being in class. I would talk to everyone and make jokes and avoid work in my school. My parents got called to the counselor's office a lot, and they would always fight for me and my education. Then my mom told me about a school named Frostig. She explained it's a school for kids with disabilities. I honestly did not understand disabilities. I found out my sophomore year I had ADHD, I'm on the autism spectrum, and I have auditory processing issues. Lucky me, I won the lottery. When I came to Frostig, I was surprised. The environment felt different, it seemed calm, the teachers were easy to talk to, and they didn't judge me. My 2 years at Frostig have been amazing. The memories I have will always remain with me. Frostig taught me how to tolerate myself, to accept myself and be tolerant of others. I didn't let my disabilities get to me. I told myself I have them for a reason. They are not a burden but a gift that I can use to my advantage. I've learned to not let others set a path for me because I choose it, no one else. I want to thank Suzette for giving me advice that I needed. I want to thank Jason for showing me to shoot for whatever I believe in, and for helping me make core. I especially want to thank Dave for showing me that it helps to find somebody to talk to when you're going through rough times. You haven't been there for me whenever I needed you. To the rest of the Frostig staff, thank you for all your help and kindness. I would like to acknowledge my parents who are my heroes and who I look up to them like angels. Also my grandpa, who lost his life to cancer. My grandpa was a big part of my life, and to see him die slowly was painful. But it taught me to be strong and to cherish every moment of life. My plan for the future is to get my bachelor's degree in game design at Mount Sierra College, where I'm currently taking a college research study skills class for seniors in high school. And now I say goodbye. Frostig, what I want to say to my fellow Frostig students and those who have disabilities, remember, being different isn't wrong. If the world were the same, it would be boring. Don't be ashamed of who you are. Remember, we all have our own purpose in this world. Thank you.
Rich Dembowski will speak for Kemet Williams.
Congratulations. First, it's going through this is really nice sitting back in the room and watching everybody, how intense it can be up here, and it reminds you how important your job is here. I've been here 10 years, and sometimes you just kind of forget that you are really in the trenches and doing something really worthwhile. And I'm lucky to be here, and that one of the students singled me out as an important part of their growing is extremely humbling to me, and I'm proud to be here speaking on behalf of Kemet Williams. That being said, That doesn't count for my 2 minutes, that's my introduction. Starting now. Kemet Williams is an extremely talented young man. I think if I had to say just one line that everybody would agree with, it would be that. He is extremely talented. And there are many instances I can cite in his career at Frostig that would bear witness to his talent. For me personally, coming into my room, not really knowing how to play an instrument, having taken a couple lessons and talking a good game, did some assessments about it, he's starting and he's got some potential. Within weeks, he was playing piano at a really progressed level. At the same time, he came to me and said, I want to play bass now. And I said, well, we got you on piano, man, deal with it. And I said, I'll make a deal with you, though. If you keep up the piano, I'll bring in the bass, and on the side we'll work on the bass. And lo and behold, he got the bass pretty well and is now still playing bass on top of piano. He came to me a week later and said, I think I want to play drums. I said, all right, you're still on piano, and on the side, we'll start on drums. And it'll be difficult, but let's make a run at it. But his talent bared him through that, and he's a wonderful drummer as well. And then he came a week later and he said, I want to audition for the Berklee School of Music summer program. You have to turn in a demo that I play all the instruments on. I said, well, that's a good goal to have, and it's going to teach you humbleness when you don't reach this thing. And lo and behold, he got the gig, and it made me very proud. And then said, we're going to have a big concert. We're going to do the B-side of Abbey Road. It's going to be more challenging because you're going to have to play piano and bass in real time, and you're going to have to lead the thing. And it'll be a little more difficult. I don't think you could do it, but this will humble you. And he got the gig done. And then said, it's time to leave my class. You've been here a couple years and you've succeeded, and I want you to be challenged with new things. I want you to deal with other teachers, I want you to explore, and I want you to fall on your face and get humble after all. So I sent him off to Christina, and last week he blew my mind by nailing the gig as an actor. But it's, I know enough about talent. I think I know enough about talent to know it's not talent that I will miss about Kemet. It's the personal side to him and the relationship that we've had, whether it be just his character, his sense of self, his drive, his bigger-than-life belief in himself, his dreams that are huge, and his belief that he will succeed in those dreams. I miss just him coming in my room and hanging out and playing songs. I'll miss that I can hand him an album, and he'll, just like I was as a kid, he'd take it home and he'd memorize it. And he hit on all the cool points about it, the bass line, the harmonies, the backgrounds. And we talk and we both get carried away, we're talking over each other. I like that look he gets when I've started something, and as I'm talking, he's already thinking what to say, right? I'm gonna miss, like yesterday, just being able to play through a song with you, to look next to me and see on piano is my good buddy, Kemet, playing piano for the highest cause I can think of, to commemorate our good buddy, Joey, another wonderful musician. I think it's one of the proudest moments I've had as a musician. Because it's not about the money, it's not about the stardom, it's about playing, because you mean it and you have a soul and you want to express it. Those are the things I'll miss about Kemet. But I have this burden of what do I do with all this talent I was given? And I stumbled on this quote that an artist said many years ago, said, talent isn't a big deal, talent just recognizes genius. And it's a terrible burden to realize that, because you realize talent really doesn't mean a whole lot in and of itself. There are many talented people I know that aren't successful, that are struggling. And there are many untalented people that are making millions. And that's not what I wanted to hand down to Kemet. It's more than that. And so I was thinking of how I processed through this. And one time he came to me and he said, you know, you never give me compliments. You never give me a compliment. And whenever anyone says something that is true about me and cuts to the quick, I tell a joke and I get out of Dodge. And so I avoided it. But I wanted to tell you that there was a reason for that. I wanted to show you that I think there's a soft and sort of easy side of talent. And it's the talent of the gifted who never recognize their gift. And it's those people that want compliments, that think they deserve high praise, and that's what they work for. And I can't stand those people, because music is something special to me. And so I guess I wanted my compliments to be something you'd maybe out of reach. At the very least, you'd have to stand on the very tippy toes of your creativity, and you have to dig really deep and work really hard and be really focused to to get my compliment, so that you wouldn't be hanging on the words. You'd feel the weight of the work you put into it. And then you'd realize the first secret to bail you out of your talent, and that is, it's not what talent is, it's what talent does. And everything we've done here in my class, you and I, is to show you those success attributes, the ones that we preach, but the other ones you and I have talked about and fought over: being honest, being hardworking, being humble, being kind, having love to spread. Because if you can command those success attributes, you can control your talent and build something beautiful. And very few people get to that level because they don't have it, but I think you do. Once you get to that level, you realize there's another level. You realize talent is a bummer because it never goes away, and you have to spend the rest of your life chasing yourself. You have to always be growing. And then you come to that realization that it's not other people's talent that you recognize, but you can recognize the genius in yourself, and that takes a certain humbleness. So I thought I would end my little speech with the compliment you never got, and I will eat crow and do it in front of everybody here. I am extremely proud of you. It's a pride that goes beyond a teacher. It probably exceeds the pride of a mentor, standing in the accolades of his pupil. I honestly think it approaches the pride, a fatherly pride, that really, really wants the best for you. And I thought of an analogy to kind of express it, since you and I are songwriters. And in this analogy, you're the song, don't lose that, it's really a silly story. You stumble on songs, and you deal with them, all of a sudden one pops up, and it sounds really good, so you decide, you know what, I'm gonna make that my best song. I'm gonna work a little harder on it. And then you come to the next level, you realize, I'm not gonna make it a better song, I'm just gonna put myself into it. This is gonna be my song that expresses what I believe. And the first part always goes easy, the chords come, it kind of forms on its own. And before you know it, you're thinking about it in the car, you're thinking about it as you're walking, the song consumes you. And at that point, it has enough of its own life that it starts fighting back. The chords don't want to resolve. And you start not liking the song because you put so much into it. And then you realize you're a slave to the song. But you can back up and say, wait a minute, it's this process that's going to enrich me, that's going to make me a better person. And then you can stand back and play the song one more time, even though it's not finished, and see that this really is a true and good thing I'm building. And I'm not naive enough to say I've built your song. There's many, many people here who have helped build it. But I'm really proud to know that I've had a hand in fashioning what I think is a fine and true thing. And you have now only to go out and finish that song and sing it to the world. And if you do it with love and kindness and humbleness, I will be an extremely happy man. Thank you so much for the time we spent together, and congratulations, and take it to him.
And now Kemet Williams.
I was going to do my whole speech like Obama, but I don't feel like doing it anymore. Hello and good morning. During my time at Frostig, I worked on issues that were more internal than just academics. I've never had severe weaknesses in any particular subject, but my ADHD made it difficult for me to advance. I found it hard to focus, keep track of time, and complete assignments. For example, someone could literally tell me to walk 3 feet to a computer and finish something up. I would willingly begin my trek over to the nearest computer, and somehow, some way, I would never make it because I have such a short attention span. However, I am sure all my teachers and I can agree that my self-awareness has improved exponentially since I've arrived at Frostig. Now, at least, I am aware of my ADHD and can bring myself back on track. There are a few people I would like to acknowledge. First, I'd like to thank the Frostig team as a whole for putting in all the time and work to help not only me, but all the students here on the stage. Thank you to Rita, my speechwriter. There will always be room for you in the Oval Office. I'd like to thank Jason Carpenter, I see you, for being one of the biggest role models in my life through high school. Special thanks to Rich, my music teacher. Oh. for shaping me into the music man I am today, and without whom I wouldn't be as far along in my music career as I am. And last but not least, I'd like to thank my mom for, well, being my mom and still letting me live in her house, because I know living with me sucks. In the summer, this summer, I will attend the Berklee College of Music summer program in Boston for 5 months. Starting in the fall, I will attend Citrus Community College for my general education and music class.